Rupa. Her brown eyes always sparkled with light when she smiled. It was a carefree smile, a smile which was completely genuine and innocent. Her face, mostly covered in a sheet of sand, always showed a sense of curious excitement. The glistening particles of sand seemed to kiss her face and were happy to be a part of her. She was barely 3, but her laughter could be heard everywhere. There was a sense of joy in her which could cut through the barriers of age and touch my inner child and make it feel alive again. I just wanted to see her enjoy what she did. During the weekends, I would watch her play under the tree using anything and everything available in her surroundings. The little girl used a car tire, broken twigs, and water from the nearby construction pond to make a small play area for herself. She was usually helped by kids nearby, who would have been probably a year or two older than her, to build a sand house or just play with the heaps of construction sand lying around. Under the sparse shade of a young mango tree, they would all meet and play, usually in the afternoons, while their parents were busy at work. The little girl had a brother, barely 3 months old, who kept her mom busy. This gave her ample time to play. There was not a dull moment in her life. Every bit around her seemed to get trapped in her aura. While coming down from my first floor apartment onto the road during one of the weekends, which was incidentally not that busy, I saw her and something in me made me approach this cheerful young child. "What's your name?" I asked. "Rupa," she told me in a tiny, sweet voice and a signature smile. Her parents had indeed named her aptly. She was beautiful. "Where did you stay?" "That's my house, the one still under construction," Rupa said, pointing down to the big house being built on the corner of the road. "How old are you?" "3, I think," she said, pausing to answer. Her answer brought my mind back to a point in life I had forgotten. At least I thought so, until now, of course. I had taught myself to forget it, but my instincts told me otherwise. 3, I thought. That would have been the age. If. The if was a big one. Some ifs, or rather what ifs, always remain with you, questioning your decision throughout the life, and sometimes you would never know the answer as to never completely lived the ifs. For me, it was this if which could always remain unanswered, as it was I who had chosen not to live it. A lot had happened in those 3 years. Life had drifted and changed its course many times. I had cautiously decided to look ahead, as Dinesh said. It would be better for us, you as well, Seema. We couldn't change what happened. I had taken his advice, only to realize my guilt had increased with the passage of time. My mind kept running in cycles of despair, despite my efforts. Dinesh could not understand. He had always been the practical one in our relationship. He was right in saying I would not gain anything mulling over what had happened. Maybe it had to happen, but for me it was hard. I carried the burden of taking that decision alone. I had not shared the decision even with Dinesh. He had not been upset, not visibly at least. Perhaps if he had shown some sort of disappointment, my guilt would have been less pronounced. His matter of fact attitude had made things worse for me. In my heart, I wanted him to blame me, shout at me. He did nothing. His stoic acceptance had made it worse for me. After all, he had the right. I had argued with him and myself. It was his too. He should have been mad that I had taken such a big decision without telling him, without involving him. "I'll go now," Rupa said, cutting through my chain of thoughts. Rupa was playing with 4 other kids and did not stay long to answer any more questions I had in mind. I went on my way to the nearby market where I initially intended to head. Passing the busy roads, I reached the small grocery store. Do you have ballpoint pens? I asked the bespectacled, hunchbacked shopkeeper. He seemed to rise from a state of oblivion which appeared to be his perpetual state of being. Ah, yes, I have. How many do you need? I want 5. Age and arthritis had made his knees weak. Putting both his hands on his knees, he got up strenuously and came to the glass sliding section where the pens were kept. 25 rupees, he said, straightening his glasses, which had slid down onto the bridge of his nose. Something struck the corner of my eye. Towards the other corner of the shop was the kids' section, loaded with bright colored wooden blocks of different shapes and sizes. They reminded me of the blocks I had had when I was of Rupa's age, and how happy they had made me, playing with them. I wanted to buy them for Rupa. How much for the blocks? Which one do you want? He asked, while sliding towards the part of the room where the blocks were kept. I took some time to mentally count the children I had met that morning. Give me 5 of each size, of all the different colors. How many kids do you have? The shopkeeper eyed me curiously. I have none, I add, lowering my voice. For whom do you want so many blocks for? There are some kids who stay near my house. I thought I'll get them something. He looked at me, a little wide-eyed, surprised and pleased at the same time. There are more toys if you want to buy. I'll look at them some other time. I'll pay the money and walked out of the shop. I had a little childish bounce in my walk. Carrying so many colored blocks had made me feel like a child again. I definitely attracted more than necessary attention as I walked towards my house. Turning left, I could see the kids playing at the same place I had left them. My gait became faster in anticipation of their smiles. Reaching them, I called out to Rupa. She looked towards me and smiled. She was still busy making the sand house. She came to me, running. Her hands glistened with sand. This is for you and your friends. I handed over the plastic bag to her. Rupa gleamed, rubbed the sand in her hands against her frock, and took the bag from me. Do you want to play with us? We are making a house. Despite my age, I was tempted. She tugged my kurta, and I decided to follow my heart and join them. She and her friends seemed to like me. I could sense that in their eyes. It was an unsaid bond we shared. I was not a stranger to them anymore. I was one of them, the one they could trust and approach whenever they liked. I liked to be at the receiving end of that trust. It made me happy. They bid me goodbye when I left for my office in the morning. They made me my day a little more rewarding with their smile. Rupa, especially. She somehow made me forget my remorse. It was my guilt which made me break my marriage with Dinesh. We had drifted apart after what had happened. Silence killed the reason of our togetherness. We could no longer share how we really felt about things. Our conversations became forced and mostly focused on the mundane rather than the one thing which mattered most: us. I played with them during my weekend breaks. They would rejuvenate me and take my mind away from all the worries. Rupa's mother usually called them for food during the afternoons. She was a lady in her mid-twenties, probably the same age as me. I could see where Rupa had inherited her smile. Her face was kind. Excessive exposure to the sun had made her cheeks look redder than they actually were. Her skin had darkened, but the gleam of happiness showed on her face. She carried her little son around, tucked under one arm, where she could call out to call Rupa. Rupa loves you. She doesn't stop talking about you, she told me once. I love her too. I'm just a little worried about what would happen when we leave. We'll be leaving soon. The house is about to be finished, she said. Leave? I was quite startled by the word. Seeing them every day had become a ritual, which I did not deem could ever stop. I had somehow assured their permanence in my life. My heart dropped a few inches. The feeling of losing gripped my insides, a feeling which was a little too familiar for me. I had lost my child, my husband, all by myself. It's a best for us to part. I told Dinesh one day after returning home from office. He looked at me with those silent eyes. Time stood still while he looked at me. It was the longest 1 minute. Looking quietly in my eyes, he answered in a self controlled voice like he had been expecting it. Okay, if that's what you really want, he replied calmly, keeping his laptop away. Why not tell what you want, Dinesh? I wanted to ask. For once, I really wanted to hear what he wanted for us. The silence which prevailed in our house was deafening, at least for me. We both had mastered the art of avoiding to talk to each other. We were civil to each other like neighbors who wished to the best for each other without actually caring to talk. Dinesh helped to finish the paperwork for the divorce and helped me find accommodation in the new city I had planned to move to. We parted on amicable terms. I half wished for him to tear off the divorce papers, but instead he signed it without any visible fuss. The coming days got busier and busier for me at work. My days at office became longer. I left earlier for office than usual, which meant I would leave before Rupa and her group could wake up and wave at me, and return after they had left their play area. I worked during the weekends as well, leaving me no time to see them. I lost count of the days that passed. 3 months had passed in a blur. The day of their departure came a little too soon for me. One shining winter morning, as I was heading towards my office, Rupa came running behind me. Her breath was a little heavy after the running, the distance. I turned, listening to the sound of the tiny little feet, and stopped after looking at her. Seema Didi, we'll leave tomorrow morning. Will you come and see me in the evening? She had grown a little taller and leaner since the last time I had seen her. I nodded in consent, unable to speak because of the lump which had just formed in my throat. She ran back as soon as she heard the reply, probably wanting to tell her mother. I could not concentrate on my work that day. I longed for the time to go back so I could meet them before more often. I left office early that day and stopped on the way to buy a few boxes of chocolate for the children. I was not eager to go back home, not ready for their departure. I walked towards the end of the road where Rupa used to stand and wave at me. There stood a large house, unpainted and grey. It was cold that evening, and the fact that it was the last time I would be seeing them added to the chill which I felt. I pushed open the large iron gate. The hinges moved with a forced squeak. It was yet to be painted. I entered the house. Walking through the opening, I looked for the doors where I could knock to announce my arrival. There was no door, only openings in the wall which were still to be fitted with doors. I entered the room. It held no furniture, but the bare grey cemented walls and pristine white marble floor. The smell of damp earth filled the space. The family, Rupa's mother, father, and her little brother, were huddled together near the temporary chula they had built with mud, and occasionally added small twigs to keep the fire going in the hearth. They kept bringing their hands closer to the fire to keep them warm on this chilly night. Looking at me entering, Rupa's mother gave me a warm smile. Aiye, she said, welcoming me in her sweet voice. Rupa was sitting next to her father, stroking her brother's sparse ginger thin hair. She saw me and came up to me with an air of familiarity. She caught the hem of my suit and pulled me towards the group. I held the chocolate boxes in one hand and walked towards them. She motioned for me to sit down on the platform made by joining 4 bricks. I sat down. Bringing my knees together, she sat down next to me. She was holding something in her hand. She dipped it in a steel tumbler and ate it. I could not see the contents of the tumbler from where I was sitting. What are you eating? I asked her. Oti, she said in a small voice and pushed the tumbler towards me to see the contents. She was dipping her stale roti in warm water to make it soft enough for her to bite. I gaped at the tumbler, unable to imagine the contents. A chill ran down my spine, my stomach churned. She was smiling at me, as she always used to. But I did not have the heart to smile back at her. I knelt down to face her. She was still smiling. Tears rolled down my cheeks. She hugged me tight with her warm little arms wrapped around my neck, and I hugged her back. She was, for me, my unborn child I had so easily given up.